Good evening, everyone. You know, it's sort of a dark and stormy night, but as I was going to and from, there's our safe place, there's one of our little non-profs, some jazz came on. And I thought, how is everyone tonight? Miss you. So, shall we dance the night away in rainy Ole and wherever you are? Here we go. Typical Ole name for something. Yeah. And just many blessings to everyone. Stay warm.
From their 2017 PNC studio session. Sarah Bizarre is a product of Seattle's Roosevelt High School Jazz Program.
There's a little cozy place.
It's also part of the vocal group Stage. She's another local favorite for Conway Kendrick. Dave Brubeck and Paul Desmond for Jeepers Creepers to start the set from Legacy of a Legend. For you on Evening Jazz on 88.5 KMKX, connecting you to jazz, blues, and NPR News. I'm Robin White. Glad to have you with us tonight.
We have got an emergency. You know, there's somebody I saw who is asking for an audit because I think the city of Olympia shelled out like $30 million and the state and everything for the homeless. And it's like the more we pay, the less people seem to sort of get, as it were. And, you know, I did see there was an interesting thing by Rudy Giuliani, whether you like him or not, but it was about what I kind of call the poverty pimps, he had another term for it that was maybe a little more genteel, but it was, the people who are becoming wealthy off of the poor, and that this wouldn't be here except for the people who are making money off of it, and that's that. I know, shall I just listen to the jazz? But I don't know what's going on with things like lawsuits about having people in a sort of weird outdoor chain link kind of semi-prison living in substandard housing, and somebody's getting a big grab from it. Yeah, a great big old grab. So it's pretty crazy here. And I don't know, it reminds me sort of what happened with schools here at some point along the way, where it was sort of like the more taxes that went into them, the more dumbed down everyone became, the more of an albatross one had. Not that I don't feel that we should have we need to have services and to sort out people. And as you all know, there's also kids just down having fun. I don't think there's anything fun in that particular spot. It's kind of a cold and rainy one. And for those who want to be Jack Kerouac for a day, I don't think they're there. And it kind of reminds me of this case that only becomes more tragic as the reality sets in of Gabby Petito, who, I don't know, it seems, there was somebody who was strangled here, a mother, whose daughter, although some really feel it was probably the daughter, anyway, it was the daughter was charged with, and she says she did it. She's in jail, and in the courtroom papers, she just sort of said that strangulation was more difficult than she realized. And who knows? I think, what is it? There's that the kind of sex act where people will kind of make each other pass out, and sometimes there was, accidental deaths related to it's like a French word, the little death, it's called, and it's supposed to be this arousing sexual thing, and that is not what happens. So who knows, maybe this girl thought, I'll just, you strangle them, they fall asleep, whatever, and no, it was a huge fight, and I don't know what the body goes through. I know the body goes through a lot to try to save itself. I'm sure we've all had times when we, might have had near-death experiences, and it's just wild how the body goes into a survival mode, right? And so it seems like if they were in a fight and he started to strangle her because he was angry, that he would let go when it got to like some kind of weird point, right? He would let go. And not and not continue. Something would show him that death, is different than just the usual, whatever it was, the usual. I don't mean to say that in a casual manner, but whatever it is that had gone on before. That the body goes into throes and convulsions and really deep things in order to live. And of course, as we know, she was young, healthy, vibrant person, and that does make one pause. We also have the Hand in the Garden video that's been going around. I sort of avoided it at first because it seemed just like shameless clickbait all over the place. And then it was in the New York Post, which just almost seemed tabloidish. But in looking at it, it was quite odd. There was something odd. It did make one feel like, wow, maybe he is, under the house or some crazy thing. Is that his hand? Is that what's going on? It's just a terrible tragedy, and my heart goes out to anyone in these terrible situations. The safe place that we went by, I don't know, that's supposedly what they're there for, but I never see any cars parked out there. I know it's COVID right now, but even before COVID. And are these places doing their jobs, or do they just sort of send people away? The people that we brought there in the past, and one was a man. One time there was a man we knew